everyone, so it's finally over. My wedding is finally over, and today it's okay, wait, let me think. So Saturday was my wedding, Sunday, Monday, today is Tuesday, so 3 days after my wedding. So I finally got the time to decided to just sit down and just talk about my whole experience. So before we talk about the actual day, I want to talk about the rehearsal that we had at the venue. So we actually did a rehearsal at the venue itself at Flutes. So we chose, so before that I didn't reveal the location because of like safety purposes and stuff. So so we actually did it at Flutes restaurant in the National Museum of Singapore. So that museum was pretty memorable for us because we actually went there for a couple of dates when we actually were dating each other. So during the rehearsal, we did it with our live stream vendor because they had to recce the place, and we also asked our wedding coordinator from the church, as well as some of the wedding coordinator from the church to come and rehearse with us. So the rehearsal actually just comprises of like just to practice like the walking down of the aisle and what to say, our vows, and what is that whole process is like. And then we also settle the seating arrangement. There's so many things to actually look into it. So on that day itself, I was a little bit taken aback in the sense that I didn't know I have to look into so many details like the seating arrangement, the chairs, where to put, the distance, the who to sit, during the solemnization, who to sit in the front row. So initially, they said that parents would be the first row, and then at the same time they also need the pastor to be at the first row as well. And then so the day before the wedding, we actually went to collect the ROM cert. So the whole process was very simple. So you got to register, if I'm not wrong, it's I think at least 3 months before the actual day of wedding. So because our solemnization is held externally outside the ROM, which is the Registry of Marriage, so we got to collect the certificate, and then after that we will bring it to the venue. So our appointment was the day before, so that was on the 26th, on the Friday. So we took leave to go and collect the cert. It was smooth. We collect the queue number at the place, and then within like 5 to 10 minutes it was our turn, and we went there. We just signed a bunch of like documents, and we're just out like within 5 minutes. It's very, very simple process. And what they have given us is basically a photocopied copy with our signature. With blanks that require us to sign. The bride, the groom, and also our witnesses, which most likely will be our parents. If you can assign anybody to be the witness. So we got to sign on that black and white copy, and then we have a colored copy that we actually kept. So the colored copy doesn't have a signature on it. So that's that. So that's what I learned. So what happened was that we passed all these things to the church, the wedding coordinator, and then she helped us to like settle certain stuff. So once we signed the black and white copy, we got to send it back to the ROM, and that's what she did for us. So it came with an envelope as well. With the package. It's just a very simple package. It's just like a very thick, just a thicker folder. Inside has the black and white copy of the cert for us to sign on, and then also the colored copy. So the colored copy, we kept it, and the black and white copy is being sent to ROM on that day, like immediately. Like you have to do that. If there's no one doing it for you, so our wedding coordinator actually did that for us. On that night, I received my bouquet flowers from the vendor. It's really a hit and miss when it comes to all this flowers thing. I was a little bit panicky when I received the flower and realized that the boutonnet. So I just bought a bridal bouquet. My flower theme was like blue and white, but I guess there wasn't much blue flowers in this season. I'm not sure. So what happened is that she replaced it with some little pink blooms, which totally looked totally fine. The very next, that night I couldn't sleep. Guys, time check now, it's 4 o'clock. I woke up at 3:45. Feeling kind of nervous actually. Yeah. And I'm supposed to like have breakfast right now, but I have totally like no mood at all. I cannot say no mood, but no appetite to even eat anything. And oh my god, look at my dark circles. Okay, so I can't sleep. Immediately the makeup artist came. She was good. This makeup artist was really good. So she did my makeup in a way that I wanted. It was very light. The whole process was not painful because you know some makeup artists just kind of like jab their eyeliner into your eye kind of things. And then my friends came, and then we had a prank in the morning. So I'm gonna attach the clip over here so that you know what's happening. So my idea was that I wanted to do a first look, and during the first look we will prank the groom in the sense that, so Samuel hasn't seen me, okay, he has seen me in a gown before, but not the actual gown that I'm going to wear. He didn't know that I'm going to wear, he didn't know what gown I'm choosing. So what happened was that he was then here, facing here, and then basically the bride will come and go towards him, and then he will turn around and see the bride for the first time. That's called the first look. So it's basically the groom seeing the bride for the first time. So when I try explaining this to many people like don't really get it, and they don't really see the fun of it or the value of it. But actually I do, when I watch the videos, it kind of you kind of have to watch the videos to understand that it's actually a very special moment between the bride and the groom.
What's up, guys?
Now you want to do some live streaming.
Just now was I thought but Walter was supposed to come to my house. Walter, my best man, was supposed to come to my place, and he told me that he actually overslept. I called him at around 6 because he was supposed to come to my house at 6, and he told me he couldn't make it because he just woke up at that time. So I was a bit infuriated, but it's okay. We got on the way to Denise's place, and lo and behold, at the first look,
You're still very shocked.
Yeah.
In a state of shock.
Yeah, it's a really good prank. The person that came up behind me wasn't Denise on the first turn.
Were you excited?
I was excited. I was actually preparing. Instead of her coming in from behind to do the first look first, it would be Walter coming in from behind. So Walter technically lied to me and told me that he would be late, but it turns out he was actually in cahoots with my fiance. First look with the actual bride, which is her, and she looks really, really beautiful today. Perfect. And now we're on the way to meet the parents.
And then after that we went to his parents' place to actually eat tang yuan. So it's like this is like the traditional thing in Chinese where you eat like the glutinous rice balls. I'm not sure what it really signifies. Maybe it just signifies like tian tian mi mi, as in the sense like you know, that our relationship, our marriage will be sweet and nice. And then I also got to see his room where the mom actually prepared a couple bed for us to stay. And then after that we move on to a photo shoot location which is near the restaurant itself at Fort Canning Hill. We just do a little quick shoot there, a little fun shoot with the groomsmen and bridesmaid as well. And then after that we head on to the venue itself. So it was really hot, but it was okay. It was only like maybe about 40 minutes of shoot, and then we went to the restaurant. I was a little bit panicky, and then I just remembered that the videographer actually came to me and say, hey, you know, you gotta chill as well. I was like, yeah, because I was like telling every other people to like chill, like, yeah, you know, it's still early, you know, maybe you can just sit down and just go to the terrace there and just chill. And then he was like, yeah, you need to chill for yourself. I just remember that. I was like, oh yeah, totally a reminder. I took some water, I went out, in, and then we didn't take any photos. I said we take group photos in the restaurant. And then after that, it was the solemnization itself, and then I walked down the aisle. My dad was a little bit awkward in the sense that because he's not really English speaking, he's more of a Chinese speaking. He can speak English, but it's just that he's better off expressing himself in Chinese, in Mandarin. And then after that, yeah, so the vows, everything went smoothly, everything was alright. It was pretty quick in a sense, and then we had communion, we poured the sand, the unity sand, and then after that, when it comes to the thank you speech, that's the part I really broke down. I think a lot of reasons, a lot of things that flood through my head was that actually as I was writing this thank you speech at home a couple of days ago, I was actually tearing in a sense, because those were my heartfelt words that I haven't expressed to my parents or my family before. We were not very open, or like we openly say like I love you, that kind of thing. We're very traditional, and we kind of like yeah, we just don't really openly express our feelings with each other actually. So, and between me and my brothers were a little bit awkward in a sense, because we're always quarreling when we were younger. So as we grew older, we don't quarrel, but we don't really like, you know, talk up, like be very close. So we are not that close in a sense, but I do yearn for that closeness sometimes. And yeah, those are my just heartfelt words that I haven't expressed before, and it was my first time so in front of like so many people. So that really took me, you know, like kind of like made me very emotional. And also I guess it's because like I'm having menses as well, like I'm going to have menses during that time. Yeah, and then we just had a quick lunch. Okay, the food, right, was okay. I didn't really enjoy it for many reasons. It's not also because of the food. I mean, some parts of the food were nice, like the bread, the butter, the soup, the appetizer, smoked duck meat was okay. Yeah, it's just that maybe I was a little bit tired. I was very tired that day. Okay, not a little bit, but very tired that day. And also I was like, my dress was very tight. So I was a little bit uncomfortable, so I later had to change it out. And then before I go to Goodwood Park Hotel. So by then I was really tired, and to be honest, having a staycation was good, but in a sense that we don't really have the energy to really enjoy all the facilities, like checking out the swimming pool or checking out the gym. So usually when I stay at hotels, I had this habit of like, you know, going around exploring the hotel and then like taking a lot of pictures about that place. But that day I was like really tired. I didn't have the energy to really go around and do anything. It's just sleeping. After that we went out for dinner, and then we came back, and then we slept, and then after that it's the next morning, and then we just watched the sermon, and I was like sleeping throughout the sermon. I was that tired. So, you know, even though it's just a day of event, like half a day, but it was so tiring for me, because I guess because I just couldn't sleep, just have enough sleep for that day. I wish I could like, you know, like split myself into two, and then like the other Denise just kind of like walk around and just take pictures. I'm like so itchy. I'm like really just want to like capture this whole moment with my camera, because like I'm so used to it. Like I'm so used to like vlogging and like taking pictures of everything, and then suddenly I couldn't, and I felt really difficult in a sense. But I mean, I have videographer and photographer, but it's just different, you know, looking things from your perspective, from your point of view, like from your point of like creativity. Like I really want to capture so many things, so I don't really have many photos right now with my phone. I mean, even with my phone with me, I couldn't capture so many things. There was like so many things going on that needed my attention that I couldn't capture any. And I would say that if I were really were to do it again, I would really just keep everything simple and try to spread it across a few days. I would have like do a solemnization, and then not have lunch, but maybe just have some like snacks, like like little buffet sort of mini snacks, and then you can just eat it among the party of 20. I will still stick to a party of 20. I will probably I don't know, maybe, yeah, I'll have live stream. I'll definitely have live stream, but I'll keep it really simple, like a short one, just a half an hour of live stream. And then yeah, I would not do staycation. I will probably do staycation another day where I have more energy, because it's just me, maybe some people would really want it to have a night together for the first night together, but yeah, not me. That's it. So thank you for watching this video, and if you have any questions, please let me know. You can always like email me, as some of you actually do email me and drop me messages, and don't worry, I won't bite. So see you next time. Bye.